Hey, what's up, y'all? Good morning. It is a blessed morning. Thank y'all for listening to the morning show. We just got off the air. I got a couple of notes that I just thought about today. I'm in the laundry room because I'm finna wash some clothes. See the wash and dry. Hey, I'm finna wash. Hey, look, let's have a real conversation this morning. And the conversation I want to talk about, is good morning, Monique. It's RESPECT, respect. So it gave me an insight on a lot of things. I did a show. Shout out to everybody that came out in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And then Saturday, we did a show in Naptown, in Indianapolis. It was a great show. It was off the chain. I enjoyed myself. And I'm just telling you how stuff can get handled and how it could be either good or it could be bad, right? It could be bad if you operate a certain way, and it could be good if you operate a certain way. So we had the show in Indianapolis, Naptown. My favorite place to perform in the whole state of Indiana is the Murat Theater. Everybody perform at the Murat Theater. That's like the Township Theater in Columbia. That's like the Paramount in the in the Bay Area in Oakland. That's like the Alabama Theater in Birmingham. That's like the Fox Theater in Atlanta. That's like the Fox Theater in Detroit. The Fox Theater in St. Louis. That's like the the Florida Theater in Jacksonville. Famous theaters. We was performing at the Murat Theater. So it was D.L. Hughley, Miss Pat, and myself. And according to my understanding that I got from my manager, hey, Rickey, DL is going to host the show and you're going to close the show. I said, okay. So I got in my mind, I got to get myself ready because, damn, DL hosting, which is funny. You talking about 37 years or longer experience stand-up comedy. Miss Pat, pretty much new to the game. She right there in the middle, and I got to close the show. So I got to get my mindset ready to close the show. So when I got there, I looked at the wall and said, Rickey, you're hosting the show. And DL is closing the show because when I got there, the big ass billboard had DL name at the top. And which is fine with me. I don't care. I'm just happy to be on the damn show. And my name, after DL and then Miss Pat name, you can look right there and see it, the Murat Theater. So when I get there, they say, hey, how do you want this to go? I said, go in DL dressing room and whatever he says, that's what's going to happen. Because if somebody been doing comedy longer than you and they are OG, I know what damn dressing room they put DL in to let you know who was the star that night. You know what I'm saying? And what up, Sleepy? What up, James Pierce? And I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no ego. I'm a humble servant. I'm here to serve. What is my part? What do I supposed to do? You understand? Then I went into the dressing room and had a conversation with DL. First of all, I'm just happy to be on the show with a legend like D.L. Hughley. It ain't no beef. It ain't going to be no beef. It ain't going to be no problem. I don't give a shit if they would have said, Rickey, we need you to go and sweep and mop the stage. For the amount of money I was getting paid, I was just happy to be there and be a part of a show on a big weekend I think it was I think they had their classic with Central State University to play somebody. I think, I'm not sure, but to be on a damn show and do two shows in a theater, 2 shows in a theater, to be able to be on a show with D.L. Hughley and Miss Pat, who got a show on BET Plus, it's gonna be a fun damn night. Okay. Oh, I'm not closing the show. I'm not going last. I'm hosting. Okay. Shit. What time? Where? What? We starting on? Okay, cool. Where do I need to be? What time y'all gonna start? They had the opening act go up, and then I came up, and hey, it wasn't no problem. But it's never a problem if your ass is respectful. If somebody been preaching longer than you, doing comedy longer than you, singing longer than you, and they're part of some of the people that open the doors so you can have an opportunity, and they've been nothing but nice to you, then we need to fall in line and be respectful. It's just like an older Q. You understand? I'm not gonna sit up here if a bruh, he pledged in the 80s and you pledged in 2000 or whatever. You need to be a certain level of respect. I don't care how big your name is or how famous you think you is or how famous of an Omega or Kappa or Alpha or Sigma or whatever you think you are. You do not get to crown yourself. You don't get to crown yourself. You become king when the king crown you. If DL would have gave me the nod and said, hey, I'm passing the torch to you, I'm going to host the show, I want you to close. It's your time. I would have closed. But they said, hey, you're hosting the show. So I'm going to host it to the best of my ability. And it ain't my job to go on stage to try to outperform D.L. Hughley. I know my job as a host. When you host, your comedy is like this. When you closing, your comedy is like this. When you in the middle, you do just enough to get them ready for the last. You don't go out there and try to upstage and outshine nobody when you got a headliner, because he's the headliner. So your job as the pulpit conductor or the host, you don't go up there and sneaker preach before the person that's bringing the word. You're moving the show along. You're moving the service along. You're doing little stuff in between to keep them laughing and keep it going, to keep them entertained until the next comedian get ready. And then you bring on D.L. Hughley. And when you do bring him on, you give him an unbelievable intro with love and respect and get that damn crowd. And then when he closed, you call him back out. And you said, one more time, ladies and gentlemen, D.L. Hughley, and let him take a bow, and you make the audience stand up to him and give him the freaking respect that he deserved. It ain't about you. It wasn't about me. Yes, I'm on the radio in Indianapolis, but he is too. I got the morning show. He got the evening show. You got 2 radio personalities that's performing. So my job is to humble myself and do the right thing for the betterment of the audience, for the people that paid their money and took the time to come to 2 shows, not 1, 2 shows in a theater in the same night. That's huge. That's huge. Do all things decent and in order. It could have been bad if I'd have went in there with an ego. Well, in my contract, they said I'm supposed. I don't give a fuck what that contract said. Whatever DL say, he's a triple OG. Whatever DL, what you want me to do? Do you want to close or do you want me to close and you host? I say, hey, I'm just happy to be on the show with you. I hadn't performed with you in over 25 years. What do you want me to do? He said, no, Rick, I'm going last. You up? Yes, sir. How much time do you want me to do? Now, you can do about 10 and then bring out the... Okay, how much time you want me to do when the feature act come out before I bring you on? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? What do you want in your intro? What do you want? And that's why that show was successful. That's why people in Indianapolis had a good damn time this weekend. That's why. Because somebody have to operate with a level of humility and create a peaceful, fun work environment for everybody. Your job as the host is not just to bring on the comedian. Your job as the host is to make sure the headliner microphone is working. Do you need anything? Do you need me to send anybody to the store to get you something? What would you like for me to do? How much time? Hosting goes beyond getting on the microphone. Hosting is making sure that everything from the moment that show starts, from to the moment that show end, it is my responsibility to make sure that that entire show keep moving and it's funny and and it was a perfect performance. Perfect. Egos, pride, attitude, bad motives. It make things go bad. So it was a good weekend, and I just wanted to share my experience working with D.L. Hughley this past weekend. It was an honor. He's my frat brother. He's a triple OG. He's been nothing but kind to me. He's been kind to all of us. All of us. I don't know any comedians out here that have a bad word for him. Now, I'm making this video based off this past weekend, my experience working with D.L. And if D.L. Hughley wasn't accused, it would have been the same thing. If he wasn't accused, it was respect. Before, when I was one of the opening acts for the Kings of Comedy, he was nothing but nice to me. When I went to LA to do BET Comic View back in the 90s, he was nothing but nice. So it's our job, our responsibility to always try to create an environment, you know, to make sure that that show flow and make sure that it's off the chain. Big shout out to Miss Pat. Big shout out to D.L. Hughley, the promoter that brought us, and everybody in Naptown. We had a good ass time. Now, only thing was wrong with that damn banner up, hanging up in the back of the stage. I can't think of the name of the clothing store. I think it was Al or Allen's Clothing Store, hats and shoes for men. And that shit looked like it belonged on the side of the stage or on a fence at a Little League football game. But that shit was wrong, but it was funny. We made fun of it. We didn't get mad. We roasted the hell out of it. Me and comedian Sean Jones need to be put in jail for how ignorant he was. He was on the show as well. He came up before Miss Pat. But Sean Jones was off stage on the other microphone, interrupting what I was doing on stage because he got jokes. He went and got the other microphone from the side of the stage, interrupt my jokes to roast the damn men's shop. And it was funny as hell. I couldn't even get mad because he said something about where they got the new shoe for older men with the heel in the middle. That almost took me out. And he said the double-breasted suit that you button up from the back, that nigga killed me roasting the hell out of, and he wrong. I don't want to do no more shows with Sean Jones. I was real disappointed and hurt by the way he roasted them people with that damn clothing store with this crazy ass. Thank y'all for watching the video, man. God bless y'all. Hope y'all have a good day. Peace.